Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to discuss with you how to use complex sentences in the IELTS test to achieve higher band scores. So in both the IELTS writing and the speaking test, it is important to use a range of grammatical structures including simple and complex sentences. So when you use complex sentences accurately, you show the examiner that you know English well, which can help you achieve a higher IELTS band score. So let's discuss further. What is a complex sentence? So simple sentence contain one complete thought. They have one or more subjects and one or more verbs. This is also known as independent clause. So basically, simple sentence is complete sentence, we can say that, or independent, which is not dependent on another sentence to complete the meaning. On the other hand, complex sentence contain one independent clause and at least one dependent clause. A dependent clause is a group of words that contains a subject and verb but does not make sense on its own. So dependent means it's depend on another sentence to give the meaning uh, to any particular sentence, so it doesn't make any sense by its own. Instead, it relies on the independent clause to show a complete idea. The dependent clause adds more information to the sentence, but it cannot stand alone as a sentence. I hope this is clear. Next, we are going to discuss examples like how independent and dependent clause works. Here, independent clause, a complete sentence that can stand alone. For example, he ate his dinner. So we can clearly understand the meaning of this one, this sentence, that he ate his dinner. But on the other hand, dependent clause, a clause that cannot stand alone. For example, before he went to the cinema. What that means? So what he did before he went to the cinema, it's incomplete sentence. So that means this is dependent clause. How to make complex sentence? A dependent clause can come first or second in a complex sentence. He ate his dinner before he went to the cinema. So when we add this independent clause with the dependent, it completes the meaning of sentence. For example, if we add after the dependent clause, for example, before he went to the cinema, comma, he ate his dinner. If the independent clause comes first, you don't need to include a comma. But he ate his dinner before he went to the cinema. If the dependent clause comes first, put a comma between two clauses. Before he went to the cinema, he ate his dinner. Dependent clause start with a subordinating conjunction. These are linking words like before, even though, if, unless, because, whereas, when, etc. So what are the types of complex sentences? Complex sentences are useful for showing relationships between ideas such as cause and effect, contrast, or conditions. Here are some examples. For example, we had to take a taxi because we missed the bus. So we had to take a taxi. This is an independent clauses because we missed the bus. This is a dependent. So this complex sentences, we can call it cause and effect. And examples for this cause and effect sentences: because, since, as. Next we have although tourism boosts local economies, it can lead to environmental damage. So it can lead to environmental damage is an independent clause. Although tourism boosts local economies. So this is a dependent, and they are doing a contrast here. So for contrast we are going to use although, even though, whereas, while. Next we have if more people used public transport, Instead of driving, air quality could improve. So air quality could improve is an independent clause. If more people used public transport instead of driving, this is a dependent clause. So what kind of structure this is? Conditional. For conditional, we will use if, unless, as long as, provided that, in case. We will go for a walk as we will go for a walk soon as the rain stops. So here as soon as the rain stops is a dependent and we will go for a walk is a independent. So this is for a time structure. For time we will use as soon as, before, after, once, until, when, while. Next, I have some tips for you to using the complex sentences in your IELTS test. For example, practice sentences combining. Before your IELTS test, practice combining simple sentences into complex ones by using conjunctions. Ask a teacher for a feedback if you can. Vary sentence structure. While it's important to use complex sentences in your IELTS writing test, avoid overusing them. Aim to include a mix of the sentence types in your responses that I showed before. This demonstrates your ability to use English flexibly. Check for errors. Leave at least 5 minutes at the end of your writing test to review your sentences for errors. Complex sentences can be more challenging to construct correctly. Look out for mistakes with punctuation, conjunctions, and subject-verb agreement. Try our short quiz below to practice spotting common errors in the complex sentences, and I will provide answers at the end of the video. So here we have a quiz. You can solve this quiz and comment in the comment section. I will provide answers in the description as well, and it's in the end of the video. So that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next video. Keep sporting. See you in next video. Thank you.